Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Poppies fans, wherever you may be. Apologies if we sound like we're shouting. We're right next to possibly one of the loudest tannoys I think I've ever heard in my life. It is absolutely piercing. But we're going to, hopefully that'll be off soon because we are only 9 minutes away from kick-off. It's Darlington versus Kettering Town here in the Vanarama North. It's a 3 o'clock kick-off and we will bring you the whole thing, hopefully live. We are having horrendous internet problems at the moment, by which it keeps cutting out. So if we do drop out, it may just be the fact that we are struggling to have any internet connection here whatsoever. And in fact, I can see it fluctuating on my screen in front of me. So apologies for that. There's not a lot we can do with that. What we're going to do, we're going to stick the teams up in just a second for you to have a look at. But joining me to my left is Mr. Paul Cook. How are we?
Not too bad, thank you, Ed. A horrendous journey down here on the A1, but a lot of road work. Doesn't matter where you go, north, south, east or west, you get lumbered with roadworks. But we're here at Blackwell Meadows, the home of Darlington Football Club, known as the Quakers. This will be the 6th time that we'll have played against them. We've never beaten them. We've drawn 3 and we've won 3. And surprisingly, when Darlington players at Latimer Park, that'll be the 6th different venue between the two teams. I'll go through the Kettering Town lineup for you. In goal is Paul White, 2 Gary Storer, 3 Marcus Kelly, 4 Joe Scars, 5 Luke Graham, 6 and captain Michael Richards, 7 Lyndon Meikle, 8 Aaron O'Connor, 9 Daniel Enty, 10 Brett Sulkin and 11 Connor Kennedy. Your subs today are 12 James Brighton, 14 Joel Carter, 15 Elliot Hodge, 16 Ben Milnes and 17 Joe Massaro. Sam Cartwright is suspended for today's game, having been sent off against Telford. Java Vidal is injured, had a head injury at Kings Lynn. So Luke Graham is making his first start of the season, and Brett Sulkin making his first start, although he scored against Kings Lynn on Tuesday night. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Elgood's, of course, famous for their beers around Cambridgeshire and Wisbech in particular. Darlington lineup like this. In goal is Chris Elliott, 2 Michael Liddell, 3 Jordan Watson, 4 Asagi Bascom, 5 Lewis Lang, 6 in captain Terry Galbraith, 7 Jared Rivers, 8 Will Hatfield, 9 Adam Campbell, 10 Stephen Thompson and 11 Tyron O'Neill. Their subs are Omar Holness, Josh Heaton, Justin Donowa, Lucas Boyle and Joseph Wheatley. They lost on the opening day of the season 3-1 to Farsley Celtic, and 3 goals down before they got a reply. And on Tuesday got their first point in the local derby against Gateshead, where 1,700 or so watched that game. It's a packed crowd here, actually. I'm quite surprised how many people are actually in here. We'll bring in the attendance obviously later on, but we're in the main stand opposite the clock side. If you see on our website, you'll see the image of the ground. It's just behind Blackwell Grange Hotel, where Kettering Town have spent many a night on trips to Hartlepool, Darlington and Gateshead in the past. So good sighting of the Blackwell Grange. If you are listening in the clubhouse with Gary Graham, make sure that Gary buys you all a beer, as I know he's desperate to do that for you. And if you still want to sponsor away kits, see Martin Bellamy, as we still have a lot of away kit sponsorships available. So there we are. The last time we met Darlington was in 2012 at the Northern Echo Arena. Lost that one 3-1. It was the Poppies' last ever game in the Conference National, then known as the Blue Square Bet Premier. And the goal was scored by Charlie White. Whatever happened to him? And of course, Mark Cooper is renowned with both clubs winning the FA Trophy with Darlington and getting Kettering into the Premiership of the Conference, winning it in the northern section. So Mark Cooper, of course, no longer here. He's at Forest Green Rovers. I'm going to hand you back over to Ed, who's Forest Green, yes. We had a little in-joke there, but looks like a decent day. It has been forecast rain. We haven't had any rain yet, although I do understand yesterday it really came down in steroids, and there was some doubt maybe if the game possibly go ahead, but luckily it's drained well. Pitch looks fine. It's a good flat surface. I understand that Darlington move the ball around. They're a passing team, so we should be in for an entertaining game of football. We're only around 4 minutes or so away from kick-off. The teams have not come onto the pitch yet. Kettering will be playing in blue and white stripes for the first time this season. That's their away kit, obviously. Darlington in their traditional black and white hoops, black shorts and ringed socks. I can see the Quaker mascot coming round. Looks very Disney-like to me, but there we are. I'm getting a thumbs up. I think it may be a woman, actually, because I'm getting waved at. So, and here we are. The teams now are entering the field of contest. Your referee this afternoon is Mr. Andy Sykes. The assistants, Christopher Joyce and Matthew East. Warm round of applause. It's stripes against hoops. Looks quite odd, actually. Paul White in neon all green. And the Darlington goalkeeper, Chris Elliott, he is in light blue. So we're getting ready, Ed, to get underway. Any forecast before the game?
So, I'm genuinely sorry, I cannot hear a thing you're saying.
2:30.
Yes, over there.
Cheese and ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, it's very difficult. We're right underneath the tannoy, and it's difficult to hear anything. But any forecasts, Ed, for today?
Yeah, a bit of rain later on.
These are the jokes, folks. They come from miles to hear this stuff, you know.
No, I honestly think Darlington are going to be a very, very, very tough opposition for Kettering. Kettering are going to have to play exceptionally well. They're going to have to play like they did against Telford to get anything out of this game. And this is a big Darlington support as well, by the way. Very big Darlington support.
It is. It's quite colossal, isn't it? There must be nearly probably 2,000 in here. I'm not sure, but it is a vast stadium. And any performance like Tuesday night, and Kettering will feel the benefit of the home crowd supporters. They will fear nothing. As I say, Kettering playing in their new away strip of blue and white stripes, blue shorts, blue socks, and look like they'll be kicking from right to left. That's to the open end. It's two sides. The behind the goal on my right hand side is covered. We're in a covered stand this side. There's a clubhouse opposite with some small covering, and where the away fans are, it's open to the elements. So let's hope there's not any rain, otherwise some people are going to get very wet indeed. We're just by the halfway line here, just off centre for the time being. And as I say, it's a long journey up, 3.5, almost 4 hours with all the traffic. The team was behind us actually on the motorway. We passed them coming down, but they all arrived safely. They're changing ends, in fact, now. So Kettering will be kicking from left to right, and so they are kicking towards the covered area where all the majority of the Darlington fans are gathered. In saying that, the main stand, a temporary stand, what we're in is fantastic considering it's a temporary stand, and that is rammed full of support as well. We'll be interested to see what the attendance is. It's going to be Gateshead to kick off in a few moments, and over the ball, goalkeepers have just shook hands. Chris Elliott trotting down to the far side. His tannoy is still going loud. We're sorry about that. Nothing we can do about that, but we're competing with some Ibiza music, I think. But there we have it. Now that now subsides slightly, and the referee is about to get us underway. It's going to be Ed thanking his lucky stars. That's all over with. Suffering a bit with illness this afternoon is my colleague on the right. Referee's looking at his arm. I don't know why looking at his arm, but it's his watch he needs to look at. But he's signalled to the two officials and goalkeepers. We're about to get ready on Kettering Town's long haul to Darlington. Darlington 0, Kettering Town 0. You'll listen to Poppy's TV audio with Ed Palmer and Paul Cook. Sponsored by Elgoods, and we are off. It is Jordan Watson for the home side. It's back to the centre-back. He's coming up with the ball. Numbers are a little difficult to see with the stripes and the hoops. But it is Thompson with the ball. He finds Hatfield. The Hatfield ball is out of play by Storer. Throw in to Darlington, halfway in Kettering's half, left-hand side, taken by Watson. It finds Galbraith. It is now back with Bascom. He fires it over the far side. And he squared that ball to Galbraith again. It's in Kettering's half now. Galbraith going forward, left-footed towards Hatfield. Hatfield goes down, nothing given. Advantage played by the referee. Ball on the far side. Just coming inside the penalty area. Comes off Kelly. Meikle gets his first touch, does well, beats one. Meikle on one of his runs. He's got nobody with him though. Squares it to Storer. Storer now on this right-hand side in place of James Brighton over the halfway line. He's got Enty with him. The ball is with Enty. He comes inside, plays it back into Kettering's half to Scars. Scars, left-footed, plays it towards Meikle. Intercepted though by Hatfield, and it is Darlington with possession. Hatfield again with not a lot of hair he's got on there, but I won't say bald, but he's not got too much hair, and it's gone out for a Darlington throw-in by the dugouts on the far side. Yeah, first time I've been to Blackwell Grange and Blackwell Manor, Blackwell Meadows. In fact, sounds like a Pink Floyd track off Atom Heart Mother, doesn't it? But Grantchester Meadows, I think, was the one there, wasn't it? But there we are. Throw-in has not been taken. It has now. Intercepted by Solkin. Solkin is on his own. He gets the ball to O'Connor. O'Connor goes down, and the referee gives a free kick. And it was Jared Rivers who's adjudged to have brought down Solkin. There's a bit of handbags there between a couple of players. The number 10 in particular, Thompson.
I didn't think that was a free kick, personally. But referee's given it. Come on, you poppies. Cornish poppy, tin at army, says Jay Stanbury. Gary Graham, we can hear you loud and clear in the clubhouse. Fantastic stuff. Simo, can't help but think Brett is better as an impact sub. And Sasa 7 degrees coffee. Listening in from Hong Kong. We need some rain here too. Send some over. Good luck, Kettering, every chance today. Really, do get your comments in on YouTube. We can see them today. And we'll read out as many as we can if I haven't died of this flu by the time we get to full time. Free kick anyway. Shot goes in. Poor. Pointless.
Enty
long
not forcing
away.
the goalkeeper. Huge cheer from the Darlington fans behind there as it sailed by Elliott's goalmouth.
Charlie Asprey asks, how many fans are there from Kettering?
I'll go and ask one of them.
A few. It's certainly not,
there was a busload, wasn't there? And,
and there's been quite a few that have come down in cars. I mean, it's quite a full area to our left.
We'll say about 100, I would have thought.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a lot of Darlington fans here. A lot. Goal kick taken. Richards wins the header. Richards kicks the ball long over to the far side. It's going to be the number 2 over there. Sorry, apologies. It's gone out for a throw-in. Chris Knight, if it helps at all, it's baking here in the south of France while listening, drinking chilled rosé.
There's always one, isn't there?
There's always
one. Topper's normally it, but it's it's a free kick to Darlington on the far side, just inside their own half. They're taking it. Hatfield's got the ball. It's back with the taker. Flicked on through. It's a good ball. Kelly's going to have to do well here. It is O'Neill on the far side, and it's come off Kelly for a throw-in. Kelly seemed to think it should be a Kettering throw-in, but the linesman and referee signal the way. In fact, it's a free kick. So Kelly not happy with that. So it is down by the corner flag, actually. And first real moment in the game.
Martin Jeffs, if you are going to comment, take out the naughty word. It won't allow us to have it with the naughty word in. But I agree with your sentiments. Free kick anyway, far side. Almost a short corner if it was hockey. Swung in, headed away by the 11. That's Kennedy. O'Connor's done well. He's done really well, but he's going the wrong way, O'Connor. And it's got through. Scars does well enough to put that out of play for a throw-in on this near side. Still 0-0. Come on, poppies from the Pringle family travelling through France. Anna Pringle, thank you for that. Who's playing where across the defence, asked Chris Knight. Kelly left back, Scars, Graham centre halves, and Storer right back. Martin Jeffs, I'm on the Pims at a picnic in Kettering. Sun shining here. Bring back them 3 points. There's always two. There's always two. That's a free kick over on the far side. Scars has taken out the Darlington man. Referee having a word from a long distance there, not calling him over, but
Come on, ref, watch the shirt, come on.
So, free kick right on the far side, about in line with the edge of the area, but right on the touchline, and The referee is having a word with Meikle about something. Left-footed, it'll be swinging inwards. The ball goes in, it looks too deep, is it? Oh, it's off the post and cleared away. Chance, big chance for Darlington. Header down into the ground and off the post. Paul White didn't get there, that's a foul. Oh, referee's not giving it. Enty had blocked the run of the number 10. And Richards goes down under a harsh challenge. Nothing given. And Kelly gets the ball away eventually. Kettering camped in their own penalty area here. Ball only goes as far as halfway outside their own half. Meikle can't get there. Cuts inside, does the Darlington man. Twisting, turning. And that's a foul. This time it's in a better position maybe for a shot for Darlington. It's on the point of the penalty area on the right hand side of their attack.
They do seem to go down quite easily, don't they, once they get a little touch. Not the northern grit we're famed with, but it's going to be a free kick on the far side. 3 in the wall, referee pacing it out. Paul White, as we say, was beaten. It came in off the post, bounced out and cleared. Darlington made the better start to the game. It is a free kick. Referee has now marched out the 10 yards. That does look 10 yards. 3 in it. There's 2 Darlington players with it. The number 11 and Connor Kennedy having a pushing match at the moment. And the referee has just nipped in to quell the procrastinations from the crowd. But in comes it comes in low. It's a poor free kick actually. But he's back with the free kick taker. Comes inside, out onto the wing side. Does the dummy, puts it in right footed as a header. Solkin misses it. It is the number 6 Galbraith with the ball. He plays it out to Rivers. He gives it to Bascom. He puts it into penalty area and cleared eventually by Kennedy, but it can only go out for a throw-in. More pressure from Darlington.
Yeah, it's Kettering are having to do a lot of rearguard action here. Mark Bully asks, where's Brett playing? Well, it looks like he's playing centre of midfield with Richards. And oh no, he may be playing just in front. He's in the midfield somewhere anyway, central. Michael Warren, come on you poppies, had to turn around at Gretna, gutted. Unlucky. Graham heads the ball away from a long ball forward. Scars to Meikle. Meikle's had it robbed from him. It's a foul. Well, there was 2 players went for it. Not both players didn't get the ball, but I don't know how much of the man both players got. But there is a Darlington player, yeah.
It's Hatfield, I think, who's down. He came off worse than a tackle with on Meikle. Gives a bit of respite in early doors here for the Poppers. It's 0-0. We've had around 9 minutes or so of this first half. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio with an ill Ed Palmer, who's got some Lucasade going down. Really, he has got Lucasade going down his throat at the moment. And Hatfield is stood down. You're missing nothing. Don't forget, on Tuesday at Latimer Park, we have Chester are the visitors. And then on Saturday, another Teesside Northern club from Gateshead will be visiting Latimer Park as well. So they'll be coming down the A1. Of course, Gateshead drew 1-1 here on Tuesday against Darlington. And it was Darlington's first point of the season. Hatfield still down on the surface. It clouding over a little bit.
Doing a concussion check on him, aren't they?
Is that what that brick's for?
Yeah. But yeah, they're he's still on his back, isn't he? He's not sat up yet. A little bit of concern, maybe.
The referee's now going over to see what is going on.
It looks like he's going to be able to get back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been told he has to go off the pitch and wait to be called back on. But he looks okay to continue. No one's stripped off and ready on the Darlington bench, so looks like he should be okay. Paul White then will take the free kick, because it was a foul on Meikle, and it's about halfway inside Kettering's half. Kettering so far, I've had, I think, a maximum of 3 touches in the Darlington half, and Enty's just made it 4. Back to Storer. Storer looking for an option. Left-footed, tries to play it over the defence to Solken, whose pace let him down a little bit there. Oh, is that a... No. Scars had dipped down, but the boot was a little high from the Darlington player. There's always those cases for the player putting his head down and the boot being there, but Scars didn't really dip his head that much.
No, it was shoulder height, wasn't it? The foot,
Yeah.
And dangerous play there. Referee rightly so giving Kettering a free kick taken by Paul White in a moment. He's about to address the ball. Plays it to the left-hand side towards Meikle. It's headed on though by
Solken.
It goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. Very partisan crowd here, as you can imagine, in the north. Everything going against them, of course, when there's a shirt pull or a foul. They're very, very at the referee's throat. So referee needs to be fully in control of this game. It's going to be Elliott then with the goal kick on his 6-yard box on this left-hand side. Comes in towards Solken, heads the ball on to O'Connor. It's being chased though by Lang. Lang has been fouled by O'Connor. Seems that every touch on a Darlington player goes...
Yeah, it was a foul though.
Was a foul, admittedly, yes, but
it was all over
to fall down a bit like paper kites.
So Kettering playing in their blue and white stripe with their solid blue backs and blue and white shorts, and Darlington playing in black and white hoops with black shorts and black and white hooped socks. First time we've seen Kettering in this strip, of course, this season. Have played in red up until so point. Storer kicks long straight into the defence of Darlington, who go all the way back to Chris Elliott in goal, who's had very little to do in the first 13 minutes. Distributes long. Looks like it's gone over everyone, and Storer is looking at Paul White going, why on earth didn't you come for it? Because Darlington have got the ball in the area now. Good work. Oh, that's a good effort. Wrapped his foot around it, did the number 10, Stephen Thompson. It was good interplay, and the curling shot going towards the top corner just didn't dip early enough, and it clipped onto the side, onto the top of the net, and behind. But yeah, no.
Lack of communication between
Storer was looking at Paul White
yeah.
there saying, well, I mean, that's bouncing a good 4 or 5 yards inside the area.
It was a good curling shot. We were right behind. It just went over the bar, touched the netting at the back as it went. Paul White gets in the way, goes out for a goal, a throw in on the far side, sorry.
This is going to be deja vu of Kings Lynn, I think. A very, very long first half. So, throw in taken, flicked on. Scars puts it out for another throw in. This time deep inside Kettering territory. Throw in taken. Kettering will be unhappy about how much space he had from the throw in there, and it's going to be another one further down the line. It's almost like rugby a little bit here, getting territory. Of course, I do share the area with a rugby team. Oh, Kettering can't clear it. They can now. Kelly goes long, and Solken does really well with his footwork to get it to Connor Kennedy. Kennedy trips over his own feet, tries to foul the player, doesn't get there. Now it's the 10. 10 plays it through. Oh, it's behind Adam Campbell, the number 9, and straight through to Paul White. Connor Kennedy getting his feet all sorts of wrong there, nearly falling over. Sure, the referee might want to have a word with him when the ball goes out of play, just for the attempted foul on the Darlington man. Paul White, that's more of an up and under kick, that one. Headed easily back, and Scars nods the ball to Richins. Richins plays the ball over the top, looking for O'Connor. That's a good header back from the centre half for Darlington to Chris Elliott, who just picks the ball up and bowls out to the defender who headed it back to him. Ball hit long again. Kelly underneath it, heads it back. Good work in the centre of the park. That's probably a foul from Richins. It is. Taken quickly by Darlington out on the right-hand side. Kettering maybe napping a little bit. Cross goes in. That's a poor... Oh, it's not a bad cross. Storer completely misjudged the flight of the ball. And now there's a chance here as it goes to the penalty area. Oh, he's put it past the post. I'm not sure how he's managed it. But he was centre of the goal, turned, swivelled about 12 yards out and put it wide of the post. Kettering again
Well, Storer again was nowhere, was he? He's given 2 chances to Darlington, misjudging the ball, mistiming it, and certainly if that ball had been on target, that would have been the opening goal, and Darlington pressing very hard to get this opening goal. Paul White would know nothing about that, but Storer being shown up at the moment, and he needs to really try and get to grips with the pace of the game. He just seems a bit out of it, but it's a throw into the Poppies, halfway in the Darlington side on this right-hand side. It's going to be Connor Kennedy with an attempted long throw-in. Solkin's in there along with NT and O'Connor. It comes in, long throw-in towards Solkin. Solkin heads the ball back. Shot by NT, it's blocked. In comes Meikle, that's blocked, and it finally finds its way at Chris Elliott. More by luck than judgment from Meikle's shot. The Darlington fans banging the drum as they get behind their side. 0-0 here then, 16 minutes or so gone at Blackwell and Meadows. It's Hatfield who's got the ball to Campbell. Richards does well, but Campbell gets it back, tries a shot, and he's brought down by Richards, and this is a dangerous position for Kettering. It's just outside the D in the centre of the park, and Paul White will need to be at his best and organise his wall on this one. We've seen that goal that was scored by Telford on the opening day,
and Kings Lynn arguably, well, we thought they had scored from a free kick from this area as well, didn't they, when it just went past the post on Tuesday. So this is a chance, this is an opportunity for Darlington. Be a left footer though, possibly, I don't know. You've got Stephen Thompson standing over it as well with the right. Does favour a right footer because it's on the left hand side of the
can't see the other player involved at the moment. Can't see his number.
There's no. And
of course the new rules where and it is going to be
1-0 goal. Great finish.
Once again Kettering concede from a set piece, and it's a goal by Stephen Thompson beating Paul White. Cracking goal, top left hand corner, and 1-0 to the home side, deserved.
Yeah, they have certainly been the better side. You would usually say keeper's side, he's got to have it, but it was a good strike. There's not really a lot Paul White can do. It's hit with power into the top corner. Like you say, it was his side, but it was close in with power. Not a lot the keeper can do with it.
That's 4 goals conceded this season, 2 from set pieces, and both cracking strikes as well that the goalkeeper could do nothing about. Kettering find themselves down again. That's all games so far. Kettering have been behind, and they're going to need to fight hard here as O'Connor's muscled out of that long clearance. Goalkeeper Elliott comes out to collect the ball, and then maybe the first goal in the north today. Looking at Twitter and can't find any scores as Storer pumps the ball through to O'Connor. He chests it down, does well, squares it to Richards in the centre circle. Richards plays it out wide to Meikle. Meikle got 2 round him. He plays it right footed to O'Connor. O'Connor flicks the ball through and he's unlucky. Back to NT. NT puts the ball in low. A flick and kicked out by Darlington. Good chance there for the Poppies, but it is the goal scorer Thompson puts the ball wide, intercepted by Kelly. It's back to Scars. He squares it to Luke Graham, making his first appearance of the season. Nothing on for Luke Graham. He's asking. Ball has to go back to Scars in the Kettering half. He plays it out wide to Kelly on the far side. Kelly thought about passing it back to Paul White. He does. Paul White then has to play a long punt, and that goes aimlessly straight to the goalkeeper Chris Elliott. Not quite sure what Kettering are trying to achieve out of that one. Darlington then with a chance to go forward. Walking pace at the moment. The ball is back over here with Galbraith in the centre. He has Watson, who he uses on this left-hand side. Back to Galbraith. He plays it left-footed towards. Good work there by O'Neill. O'Neill. He finds the number 9 Campbell, and it goes for a corner off Kelly, and the fans are getting right behind Darlington as they sense another goal. They were 3 goals down by 30 minutes last week at Farsia Celtic. Darlington, they're ahead here. Short corner taken. Bascombe with it on the far side. It's back to the corner taker. Back to Bascom. Bascom left-footed, puts one in. Paul White catches it, and danger averted. Thought about a quick one. No movement though for Kettering. There's only O'Connor up front, and that is another poor kick by Paul White. Goes out of play, and that is a goal kick to Chris Elliott. Kettering need to settle down, calm down, and get their game plan working. And set pieces and little errors are punishing the Poppies at the moment, as they did on Tuesday night. But it was a cracking free kick, can't deny that. And Darlington deserved to be 1-0 ahead after 21 minutes. And Elliott is almost on a Paul White. And that's a foul by Storer on Thompson, right in front of us from the goal kick. Enty tries to stop play. Bascom plays it to Hatfield. Hatfield plays the ball back to Galbraith. Galbraith's got Watson with him, doesn't use him still. Galbraith with the ball. He does use Watson now. Watson back to Galbraith. O'Connor trying to get down the ball, but intercepted by Richards. He finds Connor Kennedy, does a pirouette, gets the ball back to Richards. Richards, nice ball to Enty on this right-hand side. There's nobody with him at the moment, though. Does a little shuffle. He's fouled in the process by Thompson. Referee says he was grappling with him from behind, has given Kettering a free kick. Let's see what they can do from it.
Arguably the best chance so far of the game for Kettering. We've had 22 minutes of it. And
it's Marcus Kelly who's come over and need a decent delivery from Kelly to put some pressure on the central defenders of Darlington. You never know, Salkin might nip in for one of his traditional goals. But, in it comes, back post there. Salkin, that's a great save! Another great save and cleared off the line. Well, it was Salkin who got the header, but a great save from Chris Elliott. The rebound also was cleared off the line, and Kettering are very unlucky there not to be level Stevens with, or level pegging with Darlington. But Storer gets the ball back, gives it away though, and it's allowed to go out. Ed, that should have been 1-1.
That's a great save. Absolutely sensational save from Chris Elliott. Like you say, it was very close in. Great ball whipped in by Marcus Kelly. Fantastic ball. Headed. Didn't really do a lot wrong with it. Headed it down. Tried to make it difficult for the keeper. Got enough on it. It's just really, really good reactions from the man in sky blue for Darlington. Oh, and Meikle is doing really well. He's being, he's just being hassled, and even Michael Richards didn't want the free kick then. He wanted to carry on. But it will be a free kick on the halfway line for Kettering. Joe Scars will take it. And although Kettering have conceded from set pieces quite a few times, you have to say they have looked more dangerous from set pieces certainly in the 2 games I've seen, or 1.5 games I've seen this season. Good switch out towards Meikle. Meikle takes a touch. It's a little bit behind him, which means he's lost all momentum. He has a shot. Yeah, it was.
Yes, it's more clinical in this division than the past division that we're in. As you say, the ones that have been on target have gone in.
Yes.
And that was a fine example that no doubt will be on a highlights package somewhere for you to see, either at Darlington or the league when they get that sorted out. But a great goal, reminiscent of the goal that AFC Telford scored last week at Latin Park. So Kettering losing here 1-0 at the moment. We've had 24 minutes of this first half. Scars wins the header, pumps it forward towards O'Connor. Galbraith, though, gets the ball back only to Richards. He finds Meikle. Meikle to Salkin. Salkin plays the ball to Kennedy. Kennedy thought about having a shot, doesn't. Still Kennedy with it. He's got Enty on there, but the poor ball from Kennedy intercepted by Darlington. There's Bascom. He squares the ball to Hatfield. Hatfield, long ball in his own half. Robbed by Richards to Scars. He's on the halfway line. He finds Kennedy. Kennedy wants the ball to Meikle. It's a poor ball to Meikle. He beats 3 though, goes down. Ball back with Scars. Square to Graham on this near side. Luke Graham wanting some help. Nothing much on for him. Has to play the ball back to Scars. And he puts the ball square on the other side to Kelly. Kelly back over here to Luke Graham. Kettering going back rather than forward. Luke Graham trying to press forward now. Luke Graham is putting the ball towards O'Connor. O'Connor traps it down well. Little top on his feet there. O'Connor beats one, beats two, goes through. Good work here. He got it to Enty. Enty puts the ball low. It comes off, and that has gone for a corner to the Poppies. That came off Watson as Enty was trying to drill the ball into the penalty area.
A good move from Kettering. It's be one of those things, though, that Nick Eden will be looking at. Why does it take us to be 1-0 down to start playing? Because Kettering, since going to goal down, have had their best spell of the half so far for them. Kelly then with the corner. Hopefully it's a delivery like it was for the last chance for Kettering. Corner comes in. It's good shape on it. It's going to be too close to the keeper. It is. And he falls over his own man, but holds onto the ball. And good take. A little bit too close to the keeper. That one needs to adjust his sights, Marcus Kelly.
Yeah, to answer your question, it was nothing like the last delivery that he gave, but it was a corner to Kettering, their first of the afternoon. It is Darlington 1, Kettering Town 0. We've had 26 minutes of this first half, and the ball is with Thompson. He's got it back to Galbraith. He puts it left-footed towards Campbell. It's back to Thompson, the goal scorer, feeds the ball through. Paul White, bit slow to come out there, but he does come out to collect the ball. He was being observed there by Scars. Paul White has been man of the match in the last 2 games that the Poppies have played in. He delivers the ball back to Scars. He squares it to Luke Graham in the centre of the Kettering half. Luke Graham looks up. He might be trying to find Meikle. He's aiming that way, but it won't reach Meikle. Indeed, it does find the number 7 Rivers, who heads the ball back to Elliott. And the drum starts off again, reminiscent of Zulu, the film. But Graham wins that header, flicked on to Richards, but it's given away to Bascombe. He plays it out wide. Will Rivers keep this in? He has done well. Still Rivers with it. Plays it back to Bascombe. Bascombe just inside the Kettering half, back to Rivers. Rivers flicks it through to Hatfield. Hatfield plays the ball through, and that should have been offside. In comes Campbell. Good save there with Paul White's leg. Trailing leg saves the day there. That could have been too late. Enty now breaks away, and then he's brought down by Watson. And the referee is going to book Watson for that. So the first booking met with derision from the Darlington partisan crowd that we are sat in front of.
Panic then, to be honest, because he's.
I did see a red come out.
That's why I panicked, because it's obviously just got both cards in his notebook, and as he got his notebook out, the red card was facing us, and I thought, now that would be harsh.
Well, evidence of last Saturday, then you never know these days, now, do you? But no VAR here, of course, only the DAR, which is the Darlington
assistant referee. Yeah, nice.
But away comes Storer from this free kick, plays it right-footed. Goalkeeper should get this though. There's Salkin, and goalkeeper does get the ball comfortably in his midriff on the edge of the penalty area. But Kettering making a fist of this. It's not like Tuesday night one-way traffic, although Darlington do look like knife through butter when they do go forward. Luke Graham heads the ball high. It's going to go towards Richards, but he loses it out to O'Neill, who does well, gets the ball on the far side to Watson, who's changed sides. And Meikle puts the ball out, unfortunately, for a corner. Just what Kettering don't really want, too many set pieces, as Darlington do look to be a threat. And here they go again, as the drum is hitting like a train behind us on the right-hand side. Not been taken yet. Thought about a short corner. A lot of mushing about there. Headed out by Storer. Enty should get onto this, which he does. He's good. He got O'Connor up front at the moment. Enty's got Hatfield in front of him. Enty puts the ball forward to O'Connor to chase. Chase between O'Connor and Bascombe. O'Connor gets there first. There's nobody with him, and down goes O'Connor. Nothing given, and then a foul by Enty, who now will find himself in the book for a foul, much to the delight of the Darlington home faithful. There's a foul on Bascombe, a late foul, and Enty finds himself notebook as well. So yeah, that's 1-1 on bookings. Ball is with goalkeeper Chris Elliott. Nothing happening at the moment. It's still Elliott's about to address the ball rather, sorry. Back underway, Elliott towards O'Neill, won by Scars, intercepted by Storer. He plays a curling ball for O'Connor to chase. He won't get that, and Galbraith will allow that to go out for a throw-in by the corner flag on our right-hand side. 1-0 to the home side then. And a glorious goal it was too. Kettering have had a decent chance to equalise though. It was a good save by the keeper, then a block on the line to deny Kelly and Solkin of getting things level. Throw in to be taken by Watson. He does. Trying to find O'Neill. O'Neill plays the ball square, intercepted though by Kelly. Kelly got a bit of space on this left hand side, plays it towards Meikle. Meikle gathers the ball. He's going to put one in, is he? Clips it through. Poor though by Meikle, and Bascombe comes away for Darlington. He's found Rivers on the far side. Rivers has got Meikle in front of him. Rivers plays it back to Bascombe. Bascombe has seen a lot of the ball he has as Bascombe. He finds Hatfield intercepted by O'Connor Kennedy, but it goes straight back to the Lewis Alang. He finds Galbraith. Galbraith advances into Kettering's half to Thompson. Now O'Neill. Ball gone through offside, and goal scorer Stephen Thompson there allows the ball to trickle out as the clouds get rather dark. Everything's going black.
We might be in for a spot of rain shortly, looking at the clouds. We're 32 minutes on the clock. Still 1-0. Fabulous goal from Stephen Thompson. Darlington. Oh, that's a back header! Oh, it's over the bar. I didn't see where that was going for a second. It was the defender got a head on it, tried to, I think, head it back to Chris Elliott, and he's got a lot on it. Don't know whether Chris Elliott was getting there, but from my angle it looked like it had dropped underneath the bar. It hadn't. It's gone over the bar onto the top of the net. It's a corner for Kettering.
Score coming in for you. It's Kings Lynn Town 1, Hereford 0. Scored by that man Gash once again. So disappointing
Corner then.
That is.
Marcus Kelly, left footed, so he'll be swinging outwards. Richards can't get there. Comes out to Meikle, who thinks about a shot, but he's closed down quickly. Now he does shoot. Again, much like his last one. High, wide, not very handsome in any way.
Yeah, not found his range or target array yet, has Mr. Meikle. We know what he can do when he is on target, but hasn't troubled Chris Elliott as of yet. But Kettering can count themselves lucky not to be on level terms. They've certainly stopped the initial burst from Darlington. They still look dangerous going forward. This man Thompson, O'Neill and Jarrett Rivers, they look quite a handful as Elliott gets us back underway. It's going towards Scars. It's found Connor Kennedy, finds Richards. Richards tackled, gives the ball away though, gives it to Campbell. Campbell goes down under Richards, and Richards I think will find himself into the book. It's the third time that he's brought somebody down, and referees having a word. Nothing been shown. I think Richards can count himself lucky there.
Is this the longest Richards has gone in a match without being booked?
This season.
This season, yeah.
But yes, he certainly would have fell foul to the referee on the opening day with some of the tackles that he's put in, but it's going to be a free kick halfway in Kettering's half. Centre of the park. It's Bascombe over it, and it's pretty wide. Bascombe towards the back post. Paul White comes out, punches the ball out. Enty heads it away towards Solkin, and then plays the ball only towards Watson. He heads it back. Graham clears. It's headed on, and O'Connor won't be able to get there. Galbraith will trap this ball and play it forward towards Rivers, but it's found Scars. Scars to Richards. Richards to Meikle. Meikle on the byline on the far side, doing well. Beat two players, still has the ball. Ball goes back to Richards. Richards a bit too slow and intercepted by Thompson. Thompson plays through Rivers. Rivers does well. There's nobody with him at the moment. Campbell and marked here on the left-hand side. Storer needs to be aware of that as Rivers' trickery gets the ball through And good ball here, but it goes out, and that should be a goal kick. They are moving the ball around quite well, Darlington. We were told prior to the game they are a passing team, and you can see that through their play. Good, enterprising play, and they find their men very, very well. And Kettering need to be on full alert. 0-1.
1-0. Darlington, the home team.
1-0.
Paul White then. Goal kick. Looking for Solken. Does flick it on. O'Connor offside. I think he is, isn't he? He is. Through on goal. To be honest, I could see that one from back here. O'Connor was about 2 or 3 yards offside. But it's nice to be in a position where strikers are offside. It means we're attacking, which we haven't done for a lot of this game.
Playing one up front is going to be difficult, though, isn't it? With O'Connor, he's not the tallest of players. And
still got some pace, despite his aging years. But
yep.
It's a case of really looking for someone to partner him. Still no word on Nimley.
Nope.
So I know a lot of fans have been asking about him. So with the greatest respect, we can ask the questions. But we've got no answers at the moment.
Kelly doing well with Rivers, and it becomes a goal kick to Kettering. Quite a battle. Yeah, Nimley, we're not sure about him, if it's all to do with international clearances and things. I believe if he does become a Kettering Town player.
Of course, NT is also a striker he can do, so it could mean that someone else goes into his position and NT goes
That's
up top.
at least a month away with the international clearances. They don't happen very quickly,
level,
do they? If it happens, of course, it might not. But Paul White then to get us back underway. Ball's in his 6-yard box. Hasn't really found a Kettering player from a goal kick, and still hasn't, as the ball leaps on though, as Meikle might intercept this. He does well, does Meikle. Down by the corner flag, he's being pressurised, and it goes out though, unfortunately, for a Darlington throw-in. Meikle couldn't control it under pressure, and that advantage gone as the wind picks up and the clouds come over. Krakatoa will explode, I think, in a minute. It's looking a bit dicey over here, to be honest. I bet all those people will clear off inside when that happens, though. Over the other side. A throw-in taken. And a push by Richards. And I think Richards is going to go into the book. That's his 5th time, and indeed it is. Richards goes in. Referee signals 5. So...
Now, the referee has his notepad in his back pocket, which is fine. But every time he's gone to book someone, he's struggled to get the notepad out of his back pocket. And you can see him really wrestling. Why doesn't he just put it in one of his front pockets? It's going to be a lot easier to get out, especially if he's going to be booking people at the rate that he is doing.
But isn't that too logical for
that
a
is
referee?
too logical,
you know,
yeah.
They're not the brightest, are they, at times? But there we go. It is a booking for Richards. That's 2 bookings to 1. The other one is NT has gone into the book as well for Kettering. Free kick taken, intercepted by Kelly, chests it down. He does well under pressure, but gives the ball away. Kelly, though, heads the ball out, and that should be... no, it's been kept in. And O'Connor can't get there. The ball has been played back to the goalkeeper. Good work by Darlington. Has to play the ball. Does the goalkeeper? He does. Lofts it into the sky. There is Luke Graham. Wins the header. He's barged into. Graham then beaten to it. Away comes Rivers, but it's pumped forward. Scars should see this one out. He just plays the ball sensibly out of play. And that is a throw-in on the far side for the home side. And it is taken quickly towards O'Neill. O'Neill can't get there. Richards just slams the ball anywhere. Galbraith is underneath it, and he leaves that.
Decides not to head back to his goalkeeper this time.
After the last one that almost went in. Kettering's best chance, that was. It's the ball to Watson over here now on this right-hand side. Watson's got Bascombe with him, and gives it to Galbraith. Galbraith looks up, plays it on his right foot towards Campbell. And it's gone out of play. No, it hasn't. It's been kept in, but Galbraith should pick this ball up and plays it back to his goalkeeper. Aaron O'Connor trying to chase him down, and O'Connor's almost on him as the goalkeeper then has to do a major panic and get the ball out. It goes for a Kettering Town throw-in on the far side. Kelly, he finds Richards. Richards back to Kelly, and between them they allow the ball to go out rather comically, and that's going to be a throw-in to the Quakers. Any news from anybody, Ed, on the YouTube?
No, it just seems to be having a discussion in the comments about Nimley at the moment, which is nice. Everyone's got their opinions, all saying he looked very useful in pre-season, which he did.
Well, Stora having to win this one duel. He plays the ball back to Paul White. Paul White straight away hoofed the ball down the park towards Salkin. Salkin can't win there. Headed out by Darlington in front of O'Connor. Good tackle there by Kelly towards Meikle, who misses it. And good work there by Campbell. Campbell again, a little flick. It is on to Hatfield. Hatfield can't do that. Graham clears the ball. He's trying to find Enty, but Enty won't be able to keep this in. He can't. And Watson leaves it to go out for a throw-in. We're about 5 minutes or so away from half-time.
Although, on that subject, Worthing Poppy said, all joking apart, Nimley could be a tool at this level. That's not very nice. He's a very nice bloke.
Throw-in to Darlington by Watson, headed on by Salkin though. It's gone to O'Neill. O'Neill's away now. There's got Rivers on the far side. He's found Campbell. Now to Rivers. Rivers needs to shoot. He does shoot. Paul White stationary as the ball trickled by his left-hand post. I thought that was going in, but it just went wide. Good move from Darlington, who may have reacted a little quicker, may have scored a goal a bit quicker if they'd have done that. But luckily for if you're from the Poppies persuasion, that just went by Paul White's post, and that chance went begging for the home side. Still 1-0 to Darlington. Superb free kick by Stephen Thompson early doors. Headed on by Galbraith. That should be a Kettering Town throwing on our right hand side, halfway in the Darlington half. Time marching on towards half time. It's Connor Kennedy with it. Kennedy still with the ball, going to try a long throw in towards Salkin. It is towards Salkin, but he's got two running. Galbraith wins the header, and there is Thompson to mop up to Watson. He clears it, intercepted by Stora. Stora, can he get the ball over? Plays it towards Meikle. Meikle comes inside, plays it out wide to Connor Kennedy. Kennedy puts one in, and it comes off Kennedy, off a rebound for a throw-in, luckily to Darlington. Nothing going Kettering's way when it comes to 50-50s at the moment.
As you can see, not long left of the first half, and it's still 1-0. Wonderful free kick from Stephen Thompson. Very good free kick indeed. And referee, I thought he was going to blow for that. Doesn't. Kettering get the ball away. Meikle. O'Connor's livid that he didn't get the ball passed to him, and now Darlington are away again through the centre here. Still going out. It goes to the goal scorer on the left-hand side, Stephen Thompson. He's a little bit wider than he would have liked. He's still got there relatively under no pressure. Onside shot. Oh, well held by Paul White. But again, the space that the Darlington players had in the final third then was what will be concerning Nicky Eden, I'm sure. As we can see him over there, arms folded, consulting. Kelly back to Scars. He's got a man on now. Plays it to Meikle. Meikle cuts inside. Again loses the ball, but Salkin gets onto the rebound. Now O'Connor, who's in the left midfield position, goes to Meikle as a dreadful touch. Well, a non-touch really. And Darlington get the ball away again on that right-hand side. Slipped it through, cut out by Kennedy, goes back to Scars, and Scars just knocks it back to Paul White. Salkin blocked off from his run, says the referee. Didn't look a lot in that. The referee's given it. Although muted protests from the Darlington players. 30 seconds before we hit 45, and then whatever the referee has added on. I've not seen a board or anything yet.
Hasn't been too much physio appearances, has there?
No, there was a player down earlier, and there's been the goal, obviously.
So the obligatory minute probably will go up. If
maybe
it does.
two.
Yeah. Maybe two when Stora puts this one and we equalise.
Stora puts it in. Kennedy does win the header, but he's stretching for it. Comes off the top of his head and past the post.
I think the term Toblerone head. Is renowned for that one.
There'll be a minimum of 3 minutes added time.
There we go then. 3 minutes.
3 minutes seems a bit long.
Added time, a bit long for that, but there we go. Elliott with the ball as fans are beginning to make their way for their half-time refreshments. Elliott towards Rivers. Rivers back, heads it on. Solkin gets it to Kelly. Kelly pumps the ball forward, but that's straight at the goalkeeper, who allows it to bounce into his onto his chest actually, and then plays it down before he picks up as O'Connor advances. Valuable seconds there being wasted by the goalkeeper, which is their want, of course. And it is Darlington 1, Kettering Town 0 as we're entering into the final embers of this first half, which has settled down after the initial burst from Darlington. The Solkin heads on. It's booted back to O'Neill. He finds Rivers. Rivers to Campbell. Campbell's got Thompson on the left-hand side. Thompson virtually unmarked as Stora once again is out of position. It is back now to Campbell. Campbell to Rivers. Rivers has swapped sides. He does a double pirouette and robbed by Richards. He's trying to find O'Connor, but this should be Galbraith does well under pressure. He finds Bascombe, and Kettering's chance of this first half probably has gone as the ball's with Elliott, and he slams it out wide. Kelly's underneath this. He wins the ball to Meikle, chests it down under pressure. 2 around him. Back to Richards. Richards turns back to Luke Graham. Graham pumps the ball forward towards O'Connor. O'Connor, heavy touch, but does well under pressure. Gets the ball back to Stora. Stora to Graham. Referee has a cursory look at his watch.
Yeah, it's about a minute left still.
Yeah, about a minute left, and Scars now has the ball on the far side. Scars to Kelly. Kelly back to Scars. No advancement being made by Kettering, is playing in their own half as the ball now reaches Graham. Graham to Kennedy, plays it back to Scars. A lot of possession here from Kettering, but going nowhere. Now Richards over the halfway line. He finds Enty. Enty loses the ball straight away. Bascombe wins it, and there is Thompson with it. He finds Hatfield. Hatfield to Watson, and Watson with a bit of space as Connor Kennedy tries to chase him down. Watson back to Hatfield. Hatfield in the north. Wasn't that a band, I think, but it certainly is Watson with it at the moment. He's on this left-hand side. Hatfield's behind him. He uses Thompson. Thompson plays the ball back under pressure. And there goes the referee's whistle for half-time. It is Darlington 1, Kettering Town 0. A better performance, I would say, from Kettering than Tuesday night. Mind you, it couldn't have been much worse in that first half of the Poppies. Went down to a very, very good set piece by Stephen Thompson. They've had a couple of chances to get the ball in the net. If it was a graph that we had, I think Darlington would be ahead on chances and opportunities. But Kettering not out of this game, Ed Palmer.
No, not yet. Again, it's a case of like we had on Tuesday. Kettering have only really started getting going after they've been in goal down. Excuse me. It was a very good goal, though. Take nothing away from it. Darlington still haven't had a few chances, though, to extend the lead. Kettering will be looking to punish those in the second half. But the best chance really coming from Brett Solkin, and a really good save from Chris Elliott in the Darlington goal. We're going to take about a 10-minute break to just get our voices back and get ready for the second half. And it's half-time here. It's Darlington 1, Kettering Town 0.